was good. I did do one video with these headphones, and I guess tested it out. I didn't even. I tested it out on like some dummy videos, see how it sounded and shit. It was way better than just using um AirPod. Uh, was good. So the title of this is 2 years after my mom passed away. Um, I think probably like a year after it was. I don't know, cause a year after I was like, it felt good. So it was like probably like a boost, but then a takeaway at the same time, cause things didn't stay. You know what I'm saying? Mentally up or whatever like that. It didn't stay in that area. 2 years. The second year. Well, the second year is almost done. Will it be 2 years in September? But just I think like through the second year, I thought about it less, and I think that's what was like a byproduct of um around the time frame when they hit like the 1 year mark, me feeling up or feeling like, you know what I'm saying, high in spirits. I think it's like all of this year is a byproduct of that, of me making decisions of mental success, physical success, financial success in ways. And I think like uh, I believed in it so much at that time. I'm not saying that anything changed. I'm just saying that the energy at that time, I put a lot into those ideas. And regardless of what was happening in my life, they were going to play out. So it was like I looked up, felt like I had something inside my mouth. So it was like regardless of what was going on, they was gonna play out. Um, it's because it wasn't just my mom at that time. It was a couple people, and then after that, it was people. Uh, I kind of like just chalk it up to these are the things of making it through each decade. Through each decade, you lose people. In the beginning, it is very harsh, and then throughout, like maybe depending on when you start losing people, that's one of the processes of life that I think is it scares a lot of people. I was taught about death young, so I was taught not to be scared of it. It's not to say that people don't want it to happen, but um, if it starts out at a young age and you are like introduced to it, and then how you're introduced to it can have an effect too. Um, it depends on how fast you get used to it, and you get accustomed to it happening on a consistent basis. And it's so wild because I'll say this: when my mom passed away, uh, that real pain of losing somebody hit a U-turn and came and see me for real. It was a lot of people in between um that passed away that it hurt, but it ain't hurt like some people who passed away in my life. Um, some people you haven't even seen in a while. You know what I'm saying? Some of those people are friends. Some of those people are relatives. And when they pass, you just damn, this shit fucks you up because you wish you would have took more time or all that. You know what I mean? Type time. But you genuinely was probably living your life, and they was living theirs. Y'all probably grew up spending a lot of time together and stuff like that. Well, with a parent is, you know, the way things go or the way things is usually pushed is like you do spend a lot of time with your parents going through life, but then you end up going out there and living your own life, which is fine. But you like separate from your parents in a way where it's like it's just less of a connection or whatever like that, I always tried to fight for that relationship of some sort to be tight with her, like we was friends. You know what I mean? Especially when I got older, because it's like grown now, so just really want to be friends as best as possible. Because I'm not saying I let go of the opportunity of having a relationship of like a mother and a son, but I just knew that just being able to talk, just being able to communicate, just being able to interact with each other is a big start for me, you know what I mean? And I know it'll be a big start for her because we really never had that. And I want her to know me as a person. You know what I mean? I want her to know me, not me feel as though, uh, not that I gotta present somebody, but that I gotta hide certain parts of myself or whatever like that. That shit sound wild because it wasn't like I was hiding really shit from my mom. Um, I tried when I hustled in life, I tried to hide that from her to a point, but that ain't work. So couldn't really hide that. But um, it's been 2 years, and I think that it's kind of like it's not a sad thing. You know what I mean? To be like, all right, then it's the second year. It's more like just I'm thinking about like how much do I think about it? How much is it on my mind? Do I stress about it? Do I know I'm not asking the same questions anymore. I know that. Um, I'm kind of chill on the relationship type thing, but I made a decision last year to if the relationship can be fixed, then it can be fixed mentally through me apparently by myself. And she can be a part of it spiritually. But uh, it hasn't really been like a painful one. I mean, it's just more like well, the second year has not been painful really, or not been as bothersome. Like some days I forget to say Islam to her in the morning. I'm her and my grandma and shit like that, and I gotta remember. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm forgetting anything or forgetting them. Is I feel like things are becoming uh my normal to a point, and I gotta steer that in a right direction and not allow it to dip. You know what I mean? Because life is gonna happen, but I can't let life put me in a depression or have me feeling like I felt when this first happened or in that what I mean first couple of months. Because first couple of months and shit, I was just autopilot. I wasn't thinking about shit. I was you know what I mean? I was thinking about well, I wasn't thinking about anything else, but I was thinking about everything with that because it was like a lot of people don't know. Like I even talked to a homeboy, right? And he grew up with me. He didn't even know the type of uh relationship me and my mom had. He ain't even know. He ain't know nothing. He knew he just you know what I'm saying? He just figured it was a chill situation. You know what I mean? That's what he figured, which was cool. I'm not like we didn't hate each other as far as I know. I know I didn't hate my mom. But, we didn't have the best relationship. Like we didn't like what I mean, it wasn't like hugging each other at all. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But um I just say 2 years is just I don't know, there's probably like a lot that I could say, but I really just thought about this at this given moment. And I think, you know what I mean, like this, I can uh I can come back to it or whatever, but I love my mom, I love my grandma, I love Miss Maria, great grandma and great grandpa. I got their pictures like right behind my laptop and stuff. Uh my cousin I had a couple cousins pass away. A couple close ones too. Not like just no randos. And again I think that's just like um that's just a byproduct of being here longer, you're gonna lose more people. You know what I mean? And some friends that I lost, some people that were close to me or special to me. Um, I think uh I don't know who's in charge, but I think for my life they've hit every genre of people that you can interact with, and they've hit hard. You know what I'm saying? Like life has hit hard. Um, Cousins I didn't know, friends that were associates to real friends. Not saying, you know what I mean, friends, real friends, you know what I'm saying? It really doesn't mean anybody's fake because I don't have fake friends. When I say stuff like that, it means like, I guess this person who's a real friend to me is one of my close friends. Someone I can see like a brother or a sister or something like that, you feel me? And then a friend is maybe associate, somebody I really don't see much, but we cool. You know what I mean? We real cool with each other. And you know what I mean? Being in that area, you could actually build. I think people shouldn't put too much pressure on people or themselves. Just get to know people. But anyway, I think yeah, life has really hit very hard in every aspect of friendship that I could have had or close friends. Like you know what I mean? My mom, aunts, cousins, I everything, friends, people I knew of, people I knew, people I've had great interactions with, people I've created with. So many, like you know what I mean? It's a lot. Um, some of these people, uh, how you say, they made the decision. You know what I mean? Some of these people they made the decision that they wasn't gonna be here no more. But life has picked a lot of people out of my life, and I do believe that that is because I've been here long. You know what I'm saying? Well, not long, but I've been here um, year after year after year after year after year. So it's not something that you can obviously run from the longer that you're here. Sometimes it happens earlier for some people. They'll lose a parent, they'll lose a best friend. I lost my first best friend, and it's crazy to say it like that, but I lost my first best friend. I was probably about like 19, I think, or 20. Uh, But before that, that's like human best friend. Cause I'm real shit, to be honest, my first best friend was a dog. A dog was my first best friend. But uh, 2023 was the first time that I've ever lost a parent. Um, that car driving by with music playing. I lost a parent, and right after that, I lost a person that I thought I was gonna be in a relationship with, and that was like just before my birthday. So those two, and then my mom's best friend passed on my birthday. Um, those two and Miss Grace, that was a lot. You know what I'm saying? That was a lot to have to take in for 2 months. And it wasn't like these were people that I didn't know. Like Miss Grace knew me since I was a baby. My mom knew me since I was a baby. You know what I mean? And my mom, Miss Grace, and then my peoples. Uh, that was a lot. That was a lot to deal with at that time. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep it G, man. I would stop this video right now and I wouldn't even put it out if this wasn't alive. If right when I hit in live, the in live is gonna post it, so I really can't stop it. That's probably like the main reason why this video is even gonna get posted. You know what I mean? Because I see you start thinking about things like I didn't say things correctly, I didn't say things right. I mean, what is there that I can say besides shit? Life is just gonna go on, and it's either gonna go on because you gonna move on, or it's gonna move on without you. It ain't gonna move with you, so it's your choice. But life, life, life gotta go forward. You know what I mean? You lose people, life gotta go forward. It's not nothing that you just pause and anything like that. you gotta go forward. And if you don't, then I mean, just and it's I don't want to say the wrong things because I speak very harshly. I speak very direct, and I don't want to say the wrong things. And I know if I say the wrong things, that could be a negative influence on people, and I may not mean it in a negative way. I may just mean it in a direct way. So I can't even talk like that because you know what I'm saying. I just have a zero tolerance in my own brain, and it's not like I push it on people, but when you voice it, some people can get upset or some people can take the wrong idea. You know what I mean? Even if you give them context, even if you explain it to them. So 2 years after losing my mom, it's made me think about a lot. Definitely made me think about a lot. It made me think about a lot of skills that I learned from when I was young, from being isolated, uh, things like that. And some of those skills was like, you know what I mean, just uh, like analyzing everything, being a watcher. You know what I mean? Pay attention to everything. Ain't nobody tell me this shit. I just did it on my fucking own. I chose to do it because nobody was telling me anything to do. So my influences came from just sitting there and being around adults and being around people and being the one that was quiet because you're the child. So you're just watching. So the older I got, the more I sat there was quiet. And when I got older, I started to understand that when I would see certain people and they would just be quiet, and some of those people, people would think they was goofy, people would think they was weird, people would think they was dumb or they was lame. In reality, that could be a trait from them growing up, but it could be something that turned into just their normal or something that they could turn into a skill they could use. It was all of them. It was my normal. It was what I used in everyday life because I was living in the hood. So being self-aware and being aware of your surroundings was highly important in my mind or whatever. I walked around at night. I wanted to feel like I could go and do whatever I wanted to do. So I had to be, self-aware and aware. Um, but I thought about a lot of those skills because I couldn't pay attention to shit. I couldn't stay focused on shit because I would just think like, damn, my life sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I would think. Like my life sucks to the point where I lost my mom. And I don't even know if I made her proud. I don't even know if I made her smile with anything that I did, said, or done. You know what I mean? Like, where was I a good influence, or where did I make a mark that she was like, yeah, that's my son? I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? And when you think like that, that shit fucks you up. Yeah, that shit rip you apart, yeah. That shit'll rip you apart. But I love my mom, and she can still see what I'm doing, and you know what I mean? You do great things. That shit'll show. That's all it is. You just gotta keep that same mindset of like they were here, something like that. You know what I mean? You keep that same mindset, and then you'll be able to you'll be able to hit the marks. And just like everybody say, if you aim for the moon, you'll at least land amongst the stars. So just pay attention to your target, shoot your arrow, bullet, whatever you shooting, and I guarantee you, if you don't make the bullseye, you will get near it, and you can continue to try. Gotta be a gun. Feel me? Gotta be a gun. You can hit that target. Fuck shooting for the moon. Shoot the target. Hit your goal. Anyway, damn. Once I hit in stream, this John post. I'm telling you, I thought about like 5 different reasons not to even post this shit. You know what I mean? From like 20 different reasons not to. But in all reality, got to rinse and repeat. I'm gonna start. I gotta start shooting some more videos. Just go out and shoot some stuff, and then I can talk about some shit. Add it into showing some shit. You feel me? At the same time. Should have been doing it, but get back to doing it. So, if you still got your parents, man, love them. If you don't, appreciate the shit, the lessons that they left you. Um, yeah.